Welcome to the Figurative Language Quest activity. In this activity, I'm going to show you how to pick your own character and to work through this learning activity so that you can self-assess how well you know figurative language. I hope you can defeat the evil Black Knight. Good luck. To begin, the first thing you need to do is to move your mouse over to From Current Slide. From here, you get to choose whether you want to be Lola the Archer or Milo the Knight. Simply click on the character that you would like to be. Then a story begins. You're going to learn about the kingdom and a kind princess named Lucy and how she shared her wealth with the people in the kingdom and was loved and cared about. To move on, just click on the heart. As you progress through the story, you're going to learn some background about the knight Milo and his love for Lucy. Yes, that scary laugh was the Black Knight. Unfortunately, now that Milo is gone, Lucy has been captured, and it's your job to try to save Lucy. Continue to click to move on in the top right-hand corner on the heart. There goes the Black Knight into the castle, locking Lucy in there forever. Can you save her? As you can see, the Black Knight has brought a few minions of his own to use as obstacles to get in the way of Milo. Milo's job will be to try to defeat these minions on his way to the castle to save Lucy. You are near the beginning of your adventure and at the end of the story. Just click to move on. Milo comes back to find Lucy's land ravaged with different creatures that he must now fight through to get to the castle. Your quest is about to begin. Can you save Lucy? Do you have the skills of figurative language master to accomplish your goal? Simply click on the sword to begin your quest. This screen is your main battle screen. What you will see are the minions, and if you notice over here, you'll see a My Progress bar. This progress bar is an important part of your adventure as it will tell you how you're doing with each individual piece of figurative language. For example, can you define what a simile is? Can you find an example of a simile? Can you explain why an author uses a simile? These different types of aspects are asked throughout each of these different types of figurative language. This bar will keep track, and along with your student tracker sheet, you will have a chance to monitor your growth and your success throughout this quest. Let's do an example together. Simply click the space bar and your character will move to the first creature. As you can see, questions pop up. The first one says, a comparison of something similar that two different things have in common using the words like and as is a hyperbole, a metaphor, or a simile. Your job is to figure out the correct answer. In this example, I'm going to say simile. You'll notice if you get it correct that Milo goes over to the creature and begins a fight. Now, the creature may look like he's gone, but he does reappear. You got to beat him 3 times. Now look over in your My Progress screen, you can see that you can define what a simile is. On your student self-assessment sheet, you should circle the heart next to simile that is under the define category, saying that you can define a simile. This helps keep track of your progress with that specific figurative language. Now, for Battle 2, you click on the Start Now. The cough syrup tasted like something left over for a month inside of a trash can. Ugh. What does the simile in this sentence mean? That the cough syrup is old and needs to be thrown away? That the cough syrup taste and the trash both taste bad? That the cough syrup was taken out of the trash can a month ago? I'm going to pick the last one on this one to see if I'm correct. Now you notice when I'm incorrect, the creature moved over towards Milo for the attack, and Milo has been hit. Once again, now if you look over at your My Progress screen, you can see that I didn't earn a heart for being able to explain what a simile in a sentence means. Now I'm ready for my third battle. I'm going to click Start Now for my next battle. Johnny ran quickly around the corner, trying to catch his breath From a distance, he could hear the screams of Mike and Greg yelling out his name. "Oh, Johnny, where are you? Come out, you little snitch!" Johnny sucked one last big breath of air through his lungs, like a baby sucks in air before going underwater. Then he began to run away from Mike and Greg, hoping to get home without getting hurt. Why did the author use the simile in the sentence? Was it because it lets the reader understand how important it is for Johnny to get home safely and survive getting beaten up by the bullies? Because it lets the reader visualize how nervous Johnny is because the two bullies were getting closer to him? Or is it because it helps the reader to visualize what the breath felt like going through Johnny's lungs? For this one, I'm going to select B. I'm wrong. A pop-up screen comes up that says, "After such a fierce battle, it's time to rest and reflect." Now that the gargoyle is finished, check your My Progress section to see how you did. Mark on your self-evaluation paper how well you did in each of the 3 areas for simile. After checking My Progress on your paper, click on the red rectangle when it appears to continue your next battle. This brings me back to the screen. If you notice, the creature has disappeared. From here, I simply hit spacebar to continue. When you've defeated the last creature, you now have access to the castle. The drawbridge is raised, and you now have entered the last battle with the knight. Will you be able to save poor Lola? Good luck. Because everybody loves a happy ending. So let's take a closer look at the MyQuest self-evaluation sheet. You notice that it has the 7 different types of figurative language that we're covering in this unit: hyperbole, simile, idiom, pun, personification, onomatopoeia, and metaphor. Up above are 3 columns: define it, explains what it means, and understand why an author uses it. Your goal at the end of each creature is to fill this sheet out and keep track of your progress to find out where you need help and where you don't need help with each of these figurative languages. When it's done, it may look something similar to this. So I circled define, I got define it for hyperbole. However, I can't explain what it means, and I don't understand why an author would use that. For simile, I got them all correct. So I don't really need help with simile. However, hyperbole, I can only define it. So I may need a little bit of help with that. So down below, for my plan for tomorrow, I'm going to write the word hyperbole, knowing that that's an area I need help with. So let's look at it with some other areas I need some help with. Idiom, I didn't get any of those correct. So I'm going to also write idiom down below. Pun, I missed 2 out of the 3. So pun is another one I would write down below. Personification and onomatopoeia, I got them all correct. And metaphor, I can't define it, but I can explain what it means, and I can understand why an author uses it. So metaphor, I'm not doing too poorly with. So my plan, I would have idiom, hyperbole, and pun. This will help me understand what figurative language I need to take a closer look at so that I can get the help I need, both from my teacher and myself as a student, to learn and discover figurative language.